it's really hard to know what to say. I am just so humbled and honored to be here and to have so many of you here that are so special to me. I didn't know what to do about today. I have to tell you, it was a really rough weekend, as you can well imagine. Being a superintendent of school, the one thing that happens in your life every day on the way home, you are thankful if everything was okay at school. And every day on the way in, you say a little prayer and hope that everything's going to be okay. And it didn't feel right to come and celebrate when we have such a tragedy on the other side. However, we started our day, as Paul indicated, by going to every single school to make sure they were okay this morning, and I have to tell you that was what really helped me get through it. Normalcy is good when you go through tragedy. Our hearts are heavy, and we will never be able to understand that situation and the love and care and sympathy that we have for that community. But it was great to see our staff and the leadership in the district and the way they handled it. And I think when you hear that this award really isn't about me, it's really about all of us in the Des Plaines learning community. And I think today was a really good example of everybody pulling together and really meeting the needs of children and teachers and staff that were really distraught. So I just wanted to mention that it's, for any of you that are nervous, our children are doing just fine, and of course they're saddened, but they're doing great. It was about 8 years ago this very month when I had an interview with the search firm that the Board of Education had hired to select a superintendent. They were going to produce a slate of candidates to the board to select, and it was December when that search firm actually selected me as one of the members of the slate to go to the Board of Education on a very snowy day that I remember well. I wasn't sure I really wanted to move forward in the superintendency, and this is a good lesson for all of you that have children or grandchildren that might be afraid of failure. I can't even begin to tell you how many times I was Miss Congeniality with boards of education and finished second runner-up, and I had pretty much given up. But then this opening came in District 62, and I will never be able to describe it, but there was something there, something very drawing, like it just said, you have to try to apply for this district. I had a really great job at the time. District 62 was very troubled. You know that we were in a financial situation that was very sad. A failed referendum had just happened. They hadn't had a superintendent for over a year. A lot of part-time administrators, so things were not that pretty at the time. But something drew me to the district. And I was fortunate to be hired, and I have made it my home, and can't imagine being a superintendent in any other school district. This is the greatest community and school community that I just can't even imagine working in a place like this. People are jealous of us, and I was interviewed recently by our public relations director from the Illinois Association of School Administrators. What do you want to say about District 62? I said, we are the best kept secret. There are so many fabulous things going on in this district, and people don't know about them, but I'm here to tell you that this recognition is changing that, and it's really drawing a lot of attention to our programs and our buildings and our community, and it is really, really, truly a positive thing, and I am so privileged to be a part of that and to share that with the Des Plaines community. I also had another really great day today, and I have to share that with you. I have some people here. My daughter lives in San Francisco, and I was really sad that she wasn't going to be able to be here tonight. And as I was standing in that line, I heard, "Congratulations, Dr. Westerholt." And I turned around, and there is my lovely daughter, Emily, from San Francisco. Here. And I also want to recognize my husband, Dr. Kenneth Cull. Mr. Westerholt. My sister Jan just retired from teaching, and my sister Cindy, a nurse, and they have been a great support. You cannot do these jobs unless you really truly have a family that understands and supports the time that you spend away, because they take second stage a lot. I am going to try my very best to make you proud as I move forward in the years I serve in this capacity. I have to say, my father, my 87-year-old father, said to me when I told him, he said, well, you know what that means, don't you? And I said, well, what do you think it means? He said, you're going to have to work a lot harder. So, you know, he's going to be monitoring and holding me accountable, and he said, and don't let that head get big either. So, you know, if any of you think that's happening, please just give me a little kick and remind me. I thank you all for being here. I think our Board of Education, you look around communities and you hear the troubles that boards of education and administrators have together, and it's heartbreaking because you have to work together. And I don't know if the Des Plaines community really understands how fortunate they are to have a Board of Education committed to children, truly consistent leadership. Mrs. Murphy's been the president for 8 years, the entire time I've been here. And Mrs. Duckman's been the vice president, and many of the board members have been the same. And you can't do great things in places if you're constantly turning over. And our administrators have been here, wonderful administrators. I wouldn't trade them with any other district. They're not having them. And our teachers, our staff, our parents, our students, they're just hungry for learning, and you can see it when you walk through our schools. And all of our partners that have helped us be what we are. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you for your support. I hope I will never let you down, and that we will continue to do great things for the boys and girls. You know what our motto is, working together for our children. And I think this room indicates tonight and demonstrates that that's what we really do. Thank you, and I hope that you all have a very joyous holiday season.